Hi, I am Diana Valareza. I am the EcuaExplora's director. You are going to watch a video right now that is about this wonderful community. I hope that you will learn more about this, and if you have any questions after, please let me know.
So this whole area used to be divided into huge pieces of land, as was all of South America, into haciendas. So very, very big pieces of land that were owned by just one very rich person. However, in the 1970s here in Ecuador, that changed, and the land was nationalized, and people were able to receive their own land so that they could work independently and not kind of live under this feudal system anymore. This meant here that in the community, most people were actively incentivized by the government who gave them their land to start deforesting. And for around maybe 30 years of the history of the community, we have the principal activity as making charcoal or selling timber. And that meant that there was an awful lot of destruction, an awful lot of deforestation in the area. And people really perhaps didn't know the damage that was being done. In 1995, a process began here in our community to change those activities and to start becoming aware of the environment and working in conservation. At the beginning, this was very difficult for the community. It meant that the very few people who got involved in forestry and conservation projects at the beginning were doing something that was almost like changing their religion, and it was a very difficult time. In 1997, people started to understand a little bit more about conservation, realized that they were doing really, really important work, but that the results were going to be coming kind of long term and not in the short term. We really needed other economic alternatives. So that's how we began to work in community tourism, and slowly but surely we managed to implement different businesses to make this really into an integral project that is not about economic gain, although we do gain economically to a certain extent. Really, the importance of the project is to improve people's standards of living in the community. And in the time that I've been here, I've seen constructions change very much, a standard of living improve drastically, and people also are able to supplement their income from agriculture and from different jobs, receiving people into their homes, delivering milk, delivering fruit, getting involved in sustainable projects that really help to educate more than anything here within the community, and have improved self-esteem. Probably is one of the most important results that we have here within the community. So I came here many years ago in 2004 as a volunteer. I came primarily to be involved in English teaching, not only in the very small public school that we have in the community, but also with different groups of children and adults. And I also managed to get involved during that time in environmental education, in conservation programs, and in all of the small businesses that the community runs to this day. So that includes a dairy factory where we make cheese, yogurt, and dulce de leche. We have jam factories, we work in handicrafts, and in general lots of different maintenance jobs around the community due to the community tourism projects that we have. So here in our community, as you might be able to tell, we have lots of different activities and lots of different opportunities. Whether you want to apply skills that you have already learned at university, at college, or as a professional, or whether you want to get involved in all of the different activities and be involved in more kind of physical labor as a traditional type of volunteer might do. All of those options are here in the community to learn about cheese, jams, handicrafts, to teach English or any subject, in fact, in the locality, to get involved in conservation, reforestation, gardening, construction. There are lots of different options. Many volunteers also come and get involved in the administrative side of things, and might be able to apply some very specific knowledge that they have to help us develop in some way. So there are loads of options here in the community, and not only that, but it's also a great place to visit and to exchange cultural values. We work primarily with the families in the community around 20 families who receive volunteers and tourists into their homes to share their way of life, to learn about traditional food, customs, values, and to get involved with family life. Families here in Ecuador are very, very united. They're very loyal to one another and spend lots of time in each other's company. So we invite you really to become part of our big community family. Everyone here knows each other, and everyone will get to know you too. So we'd be very pleased to welcome you to our community.